I know I'm doing it wrong, but I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I ain't had time to practice because we be out here shooting these guns. That's why I don't know the boots on the ground dance yet. But anyway, looking at what we have here, we got some quite sexy firearms on the bed of this truck. You can second that. I know you can. I know you can. But the reason for this today is to talk about compensators. We got different styles of compensators here on each one of these pistols, but which one is going to work the best? So our Taran Tactical just has a quick detach compensator. I guess I can show you that. Pistol is clear. We have a quick detach compensator on the Canik TTI Combat, which is this one here. We have an integrated compensator with the Staccato XC. Let's do a quick clear check. She is clear. And that is how that looks, like such. This is the integrated compensator. And we have a Striker Industries compensator on this Smith & Wesson 2.0 Spec series. As you can see, it's a totally different style from what everything else looks. Now, we are here to see if or how the actual recoil is mitigated throughout these three different styles of comps. Oh, don't do that. Do not do that on these three different style of comps. Now, we do also have some very significant differences in price points. So we got something that's under $1,000. We have something that's scaling over $4,000, and we have something that's right about $1,699, which is the Smith & Wesson Spec series. All right, so we know where we are. We know what we're doing. I failed to inform you. Look at all these love bugs. Look at this. I failed to inform you that we are in a safe and controlled environment. We are at the gun range, Immokalee Range and Gun Club to be exact. And this video is for educational purposes only. Now, I got my little boomsticks out here, but it's supposed to help with the bugs and stuff, but it looks like it's just attracting the love bugs more and more and more. So the only thing left now to do is what? Suit them up so we can send them down range and get the hell up out of here, because thank God these things don't bite. All right, so we're going to go in first with the Taran Tactical. Now, this Taran Tactical, as I said, this is a quick detach. Let's lock this back before we move. This is a quick detach comp. On the front of this, I tried to get some more information on it to give you more specifics, but doing my research, it just says quick detach comp. So that is all that I'm giving you. That is a quick detach comp. So we are going to watch the shoots and see how the actual recoil does with these pistols. Now, everything has the same ammunition in it. 124 grain blazer ammunition is what's in all, okay? All right, watch it. The actual grip on this pistol is doing a very good job with keeping it in my hand. I just need to find somewhere to put my thumb. Whew, that burn. That was a piece of that shell. Okay, not too bad, but I did find myself trying to maintain a tight grip, so it didn't do as well as I expected. Oh, got my boots on the ground. All right, so that was the TTI Combat by Canik was up first. So now we're going to go in with the Striker Industry. And this one is the Spec series by Smith & Wesson. Let's lock this slide back before we move. Very good, very great. That is how she looks. Now this one here is like a free, I mean, very similar to the the TTI Combat as far as it being a quick detach. So they are in a more of a free floating state on the end of that barrel. Let's see. Watch it. The Smith & Wesson Spec Series. Dale vista. All right. Oh. We have more movement from the actual steel. I think I got to practice that. Shooting the actual moving target. Keep still. Whew. That felt much better. The shoot on this is a lot smoother for sure. Could be pistol is clear, magazine is empty. Could be too with the weight. So there is a pretty big weight difference between the two. When I say between the two, I'm meaning the Taran Tactical TTI by Canik and this Spec series. Now, we are going in with what would be considered the dawn of the Staccatos, and that is the Staccato XC with the integrated comp. Hold that for me, please. Thank you. Let's lock this slide back as well. Just because you fancy don't mean you get better treatment. All right. Integrated comp. Let's look at that. As you saw, the other two were more like free floating, but this comp is actually integrated into the pistol, as you can see, and it looks like it's almost welded to the actual barrel. See that? All right, so how does this do? Whew. But ain't gonna keep still for me for nothing. Nothing. Even down to the ejection pattern. Everything was bumping out at the same pistol is clear in the same direction. Magazine is empty. This was the Staccato XC. Somebody gonna say, well, that's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair, these nuts. All right, so far, the feel of the Staccato felt really, really good. Then comes the Smith and the Canik last, but let's do it again. Let's go back with the TTI Combat by Canik, which is the collaboration between Taran Tactical and Canik. I mean, I think they did a pretty good job to try to give you the feel of the Taran Tactical and all that, if you didn't want to pay that Taran Tactical price. But I feel like it's not a bad shoot, but it does fall short in some places. I like it, but it's just is that overfilled? Oh, it didn't even write it. Huh. How does that look? To me, she a little bouncy. She a little bouncy. Muy bien. Pistol is clear. Magazine is empty. That was the... Huh?
Boots on the ground.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I got my boots on the ground. All right, that was the TTI Combat Terran Tactical. That was that. So now we're going to go in. Y'all, my hands are, whoo, hollering. Hold on. Take a break. Let me get a glove. So I got two gloves. One is a left-handed glove and one is a right-handed glove. But I don't want to use those other gloves, so we're going to use this one. My hands, I've been shooting a lot this weekend, so my hands are a little, what's the word? Not fatigued, but they're like kind of scratched up on the inside where my grip is, and I can feel myself kind of loosening my grip when I shoot. So I don't want to cheat y'all when it comes to the actual visual of what it is that we're shooting. All right, so we're going back in with the Smith & Wesson Spec series. Beauty, beauty, beauty. And now that I got my glove on, much better. I felt like I was able to hold that down. Oh, ow. It's wet. Again. That's me. That's me not giving the trigger a chance to reset. So when you saw me pull that trigger back and the gun didn't shoot, is because I didn't allow the trigger to go forward enough to actually reset that trigger. But either way it goes, it's still a damn good trigger. Pistol is clear, magazine is empty. All right, now we're going in with the Staccato XC. Thank you. Whew. With the integrated comp. What a shoot. Great shoot, but I kind of like the XL better. Ow. Take it easy. Those were the words coming through the comments. All right. Staccato XC. The deliverance of these browns. Again, I was doing it again. Although this trigger has a very short reset, I am getting ahead of the trigger. No, I'm not the fastest shooter, but I can cause that to happen sometimes. Oh, whoa, whoa, I got my boots on the ground. Yeah. That song is about to drive me through the roof, but it's still so catchy. I like it. All right. So, let me tell y'all how I feel about these three different types. Or somebody's going to say, well, the Smith & Wesson and the TTI Combat have the same types of, all right, whatever. But when you read about it, it says something different. All right, so let me take this off. Hold on. Y'all, it's so hot. All right, going in with the TTI Combat, which is by Canik. It was a collaboration between Terran Tactical and Canik. This is what you call the quick release comp on here on the front of this pistol. I felt like the pistol did what it was supposed to do based off of the price point. Yes, it's right under $1,000. It could have been better, being that Taryn has his name on it, and he's like this whole, I don't understand. But anyway, I feel like it could have had better performance. I like the pistol, don't get me wrong, but when I'm shooting against other things, I feel like it falls short. All right, talking about the Smith & Wesson, this is a 2024 Spec series by Smith & Wesson. This is the titanium. This pistol is clear. Now, this does have a Strike Industries compensator on the front of it. It's kind of free-floating, attached to the barrel itself. The weight and the comp does a fantastic job. Very, very, very good. If I didn't have the money to afford a Staccato, this definitely would be my next choice to have that, I'm going to say, luxury feel in a pistol, as far as with the flat shoot, the compensator, the looks, and everything all together. This Spec series definitely gives you that feel for a fraction of the price. Now, going in with the Staccato XC, again, for the price, nearing, this is well over $4,000, almost closer to the 5 price point. It's a close 4,000 plus. I'm not sure if it's a little closer to the 5 or closer to the 9, but we, whatever your Google say is what it is, okay? Please don't quote me on that, because I don't have an exact price.
We paid like 44 for that.
44, yeah, but I'm saying if you look at it, we paid about 44 for this pistol. Again, this is a fantastic, beautiful shoot. This integrated comp does exactly what it's supposed to do, but I feel like it's a lot more just besides the comp. Everything else and the workings and the inside of this pistol kind of makes it what it is. One of, in my opinion, one of the best. And it is what it is. But of course, you're going to pay for that. But if I didn't have it to get this particular pistol, which is the XC, I definitely would pay a little bit extra, a little bit more than the Canik, and get the Smith & Wesson. So what did y'all think? What did y'all see? How did, I mean, but it's, okay, one would be, the number 1 winner would be the XC. The number 2 winner would be the Spec Series 2024 by Smith & Wesson. And number 5 would be my Canik TTI Combat. I mean, not for number 5. What's really going on? It's hot. Number 3. All right, so that is what it is. So what did y'all see? What did y'all see? What did y'all think? How did y'all feel about what it is that we talked about today, as far as the comps, the different style of comps and how they shot? And would you prefer a free-floating comp, something similar to the Striker Industries, or would you like an integrated comp? Drop that in the comments. Let's talk. So, yo, gang, thank you so much for supporting the channel just by watching this video. And y'all know I love it when things work, but I love y'all for life. Mucho, mucho besitos. Peace.